This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today is all about Chanel. It's Chanel topic. I mean, it's Chanel number 5's 100th birthday this year. And to celebrate just this joyous occasion and our love that we all have of Chanel in this community, I have the humongous pleasure of talking to a very dear friend of mine. The topic is going to be confessions of chaneloholics or Chanel shopping holics or just Chanel-holics. But before we get to it, might I remind you that if you do like my content but haven't yet subscribed, subscribe today to my YouTube channel. Push also the join button next to the subscription button and become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together, to get extra perks, access to extra perks there as well. Thank you to all the members and patrons who have already pledged. And also, might I remind you that this video is being filmed live in front of a virtual audience. So I have my wonderful co-chatters in the chat section to the sidebar here right next to me. And now let's get straight to it. I have the humongous pleasure of welcoming to the conversation table here at the Fashion Bunker a very dear friend of mine. Her name is Laura, and she is going to tell you everything about how to find her on Instagram, where to follow her in just a second. I'm just going to introduce her quickly and tell you she is an incredible, stylish, knowledgeable person that very well read. I mean, this woman, let me tell you, she is a living legend when it comes to references for books and pop culture and movies. I mean, it's incredible. It's just a joy always to talk to her. And she has a huge Chanel collection. So we became friends through actually Instagram. This is one of those rare occasions where you can say social media is actually not a bad place. There are exceptions, and Laura is one of those exceptions. So it is my honor to present to you Laura, and I'm gonna post a picture now right next to me so you guys, this beautiful lady here is Laura. Laura, are you with us? Hello.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. You're so kind. That was a lovely introduction.
Oh, Laura, sweetie, you're so kind. Thank you so much for joining the Fashion Bunker.
So exciting. I always wanted to be there.
Now you're here. I mean, in spirit.
I am.
In spirit, we're all in lockdown. But look, guys, look how beautiful Laura is. So, Laura, first tell us, where can we find you on Instagram?
Well, I'm known as the CC Spy.
Right. So, guys, I'm going to spell it out for you. Like, you literally the letter C, and then again the letter C, and then you spell spy, S-P-Y. CC Spy. You know, you can guess what it means. And follow her on Instagram. Laura has wonderful posts. And usually, okay, Laura, so first I want to tell you, oh, okay, MK is commenting already in the live chats. Oh, I know CC Spy, says MK. Jack says, she looks amazing. What an icon. Mr. Philip Fabulous says, so chic to you, to your picture. Audrey says, I've seen her profile. Amazing. People know you, girl. You're famous.
Oh, thank you.
Debbie says, you're gorgeous. Lie to Me says, she looks amazing. Love the jacket. Jesus says, work. So, such a beautiful woman, says Kira. Yes, Laura is beautiful on the inside and on the out.
Oh, thank you so much.
And let me tell you guys, so I first kind of really got interested in Laura. Well, of course, her beauty, and she resembles Coco quite a bit also aesthetically. If we do your hair, if we tweak it just a bit, we could like literally do a timepiece of you as Coco. And I would love to dress you up and do the makeup just like Coco Chanel and do a photo of you as Coco. That'd be amazing. But
we need to do that one day.
That would be amazing. But also, I love that, most of the times, not always, but most of the times, Laura also posts wonderful quotes from books that she has read as inspiration to go along and together with the photos that she posts of herself styling herself or photographing her Chanel collection, making a little like a tableau vivant out of the Chanel pieces that she has. And it's beautiful because it's not just a superficial way. You know how people are on Instagram, post, photo of a bag, look at my new bag, look at my new bag. No, Laura also gives you some literature to go with it, which I think is so beautiful and very thought through, so very well curated. So that I got intrigued by that. Then we started slowly, talking, chatting, and communicating more and more. And I also have to say another silver lining to this whole lockdown situation is because we're all spending more time at home, we actually got a chance to start talking with each other, and it was just wonderful. So I'm just so thrilled to have met Laura. And also, I got to tell you one more thing, and now I'm going to stop blabbering. I'm going to pass it on to Laura. Um, Laura helped me also hunt down a couple of pieces. It's all still top secret, but Laura is also definitely my Chanel pusher.
I'm definitely a pusher and a spy.
Yes, she's a pusher and a spy, aren't we all? And I love her for that. It's so wonderful. Listen, Mr. Philip Fabulous says, can't find her on Insta. I will wait for the video to drop and click on the link. Mr. Philip Fabulous, I'll spell it out for you. CCSPY. It's literally
That's
5
right.
letters. 5 letters.
The CC spy.
Oh, there's a the in front.
There's a the CC spy.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So it's 5, 6. So it's 8 letters. It's THECC spy.
That's right.
Yeah. THECC spy. Okay. Laura, what I want to know from you as a chaneloholic, when did you first, do you remember when you first discovered Chanel?
Yes, I do. My sister is 9 years older than me. So
so she's 29. She's 29.
Exactly. So when I was 11, we used to get this magazine. I was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and we didn't have Chanel boutiques. But we had magazines that you could buy, and you could take to a tailor to have clothes made to measure. So my sister used to get these magazines, and some of the models were inspired by Chanel looks from the catwalk from Lagerfeld. So I remember looking at those and falling in love immediately. The monochrome looks, the suits, the dresses. It was just so elegant and simple that I fell in love.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yes, and when I finished high school, I had a suit made. It was a dress. And it was a beautiful linen, like a salmon color linen, with a heart-shaped neck and black buttons to one side, which was based on a Chanel dress.
That's so beautiful. So this is what I love so much, because also, in another video that I made with another friend of mine, Louis, about the Chanel necklace. By the way, you guys, this necklace, and check out the video as well on my channel. Also, his memory of the past of Chanel was before even buying something from Chanel. He was already inspired by Chanel, and he would decorate his room in a Chanel style. And then you would get outfits tailored according to the Chanel designs. I mean, this is so beautiful. This is what I find so beautiful about Chanel. Like, you can dream within that dream of Chanel, even without really owning a Chanel.
I think her aesthetic is so strong that it surpassed everything. And even in a country like Argentina, which was so far removed from having boutiques at the time, you could still be influenced by that aesthetic. That's how timeless and strong and beautiful it is.
Yeah.
Especially for me.
I know. And listen, and Coco Chanel herself said, because her styles were so popular, and as you said, the DNA is so visible. From a mile away, you spot a Chanel outfit, you spot a Chanel bag. It's just so recognizable. And back in the 50s, when not just her clothes, but also the 255 bag became very popular and was being copied, and you could find it on the street. Street vendors would sell copies. People asked her, said, Coco, aren't you upset that people are copying your style. You know, she said, no, I love it. The fact that these expensive pieces that not many people can afford are now actually entering the world and everybody can have them. She was so happy for that. Could you imagine? Nowadays it would be like counterfeit, sue them. She loved it. She loved the fact that everybody could dream like she dreamt these pieces up.
Yes. I think I think she said it was the highest form of flattery being copied, and I think it is. To me, it was very special to have something like that made and to look like that elegant at a time when there was so little around.
And when,
in a country like that,
yeah. And when did you buy your first Chanel piece? Was it from the boutique or was it secondhand?
It was from the boutique.
Ooh.
It cost me £650, and I was sick with thinking, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much money. Now, if I could go back in time, I would buy all the bags for £650. But it was do you remember the Boston bowling bag?
Yeah, yes.
CAVIAR, which I still have. It looks brand new. And I think it was 2004.
Yeah. I still have that. I still have that catalog. Lagerfeld took the photos in Los Angeles in front of the Chanel boutique for that collection. Which color do you have?
Black.
Ooh.
I have the black one, and it has feet. I know we like feet underneath that bag, so it has feet underneath. And before then, I had bought like the J12 watch and lots of costume jewelry over the time, and then I bought some rings from the Ultra rings, and then I decided to go and treat myself to a bag, and I had bought shoes, but that was the first serious bag.
But what was your first Chanel purchase then? Not the first bag, but the first time you bought something at Chanel.
Do you know what? I cannot remember what the first. I always think as the first proper item as that bag.
Why? Why is that?
I don't know.
Huh.
I can't remember if it was shoes. It all merges into one big Chanel budget now. Perhaps it was the bag, and then I bought the watch. But I had bought I'm sure I bought a little necklace before. But that bag, when I remember spending those £650 and thinking this is a lot of money for a bag. And I think perhaps that's why it stayed with me. Because for what it was at the time, I thought, oh my gosh, but £650, and I still have the receipt.
Oh my God. Yeah, I also I always keep all my Chanel receipts.
And I advise everybody to keep all their receipts.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah, always. I mean, no matter what. But the Chanel receipts are also beautiful on top.
Yes. I'm thinking, was it the bag? And then I bought the watch. Yeah, perhaps it was the bag. I don't know. It was a crazy couple of years.
Wow. And you still have the bag.
I still have that bag, yes. I love that bag. I think it's an amazing bag. I wish it had a strap, though.
Yeah, but it's beautiful nevertheless. And, they don't make it anymore, so it's like a very specific bag from a very specific time. It frames... I
still wear it.
It's amazing.
I wear it. I use it. I love it.
And what is the latest piece you've purchased from Chanel?
Well, you've seen it already, but I haven't unboxed it. And it's a wallet on chain, which is for my birthday. Which is
coming up still, right? The birthday.
It's on the 6th of April.
It's almost Laura's birthday, you guys.
Yeah. Another lockdown birthday for me, but...
Yeah, lockdown birthday. Yeah, we all go through those. But yes, the wallet on chain, you guys, and it's a beautiful one. I had the pleasure of seeing it. I don't know if you want to give away the color.
It's the gold. It's like glittery, iridescent gold, which is very elegant and very subtly changes color when you move it in the light, and I love that.
Yeah, it's a particular type of lambskin that has been treated in a way that it's not crackled, it's just treated in a way, it's like laminated in a way that it almost looks like when the sun reflects on top of the sea and it glistens and sparkles over the water. That's the effect that this bag has when it reflects light. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And that particular golden lambskin material, they've utilized it also for small leather goods, for other bags and pouches. They've also made the sunglasses case in that gold as
Oh
well as a
yes.
silver version. So if anybody else is interested, like I think they still might have some pieces left. That gold is really, really delicious. And I think, Laura, soon after your birthday, you're probably going to post pictures of it on your Instagram, right?
On my birthday, I have already taken the pictures, and on my birthday, I'm going to put them on Instagram so everybody can see them.
Oh my God.
And I pair that with previous purchases, and that's what I love about Chanel. I have a belt from 2013 and shoes from 2018 and or 19, and it all goes together.
Yeah, I love that about Chanel too. Everything is so timeless. Like if you know how to buy their stuff, there's no knowing from what year it is. It just all flows effortlessly into one another. You can combine things, you can keep adding stuff, layering it, and it always works together. That's also something so beautiful about Chanel.
Yes, yes, yes.
And Laura, listen, do you want to also, I'm just going to say this and then you add if you want to add anything else. Laura has showed me something that she has received uh, that she's customizing. And I was like, whoa, that is an amazing story. Incredible story. And also an incredible piece. And you guys, one day when she's ready to show it to the world, you're going to be shocked how beautiful it is.
Well, I'm almost done. That's what I was doing today. Basically, I have a friend in America who sent me a ruined. The bag is absolutely ruined. Well, it was. It was a white, medium, classic flap in lambskin, and somebody tried to or send it to be repaired. It wasn't repaired properly, and it was painted with acrylic. White acrylic. So the bag was, unusable. So I deglazed the bag and I painted the bag. Now it's black with a beautiful painting on the front. So I shall reveal it very soon on my Instagram as well.
And I mean, you guys, like Laura actually showed me the process. Like the bag was in really bad condition when she received it. Her friend had this bag. Her friend didn't do this to the bag, okay? Her friend.
No. My friend just sells vintage bags, and this was one of the bags in her, bucket of bags for spare,
for spare pieces, to get the lock off or the chain.
Yes,
and so she's like, hey, Laura, this bag is totally busted. You want to do something with it because I know you're creative and you're very artistic. And Laura's like, what the hell? Send it over. And you guys, what she made out of the bag is so gorgeous. Like, I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm super excited. So follow Laura on Instagram, because when are you planning on posting the reveal?
This week. I'll do it this coming week. It's almost done. I just have to seal all the paint, and that's it. But now everybody wants a painted bag.
From you.
Yes, my friend was saying I should do one with, she said, painting Iron Man or He-Man. She was saying the same we were talking about, something completely that would go with Chanel. It's okay, send me the bag.
Here, you got to do She-Ra.
She-Ra, and I would love to do She-Ra.
I got her right now in my hands. I don't know if you're watching right now as we're talking, but I'm showing. Yeah, She-Ra is on the screen. She's on the screen right now. But huge fan of He-Man and She-Ra here. But listen, Audrey would like to know, what is your most favorite piece?
My most favorite is a bag.
It's a bag?
It's the Lucky Charms from the Ritz collection.
The 255?
The 255.
Wow! I'm thrilled that you chose the 255 as your favorite bag.
You got me into the 255.
I did?
Yes, I used to watch all your videos when your hair was short and very blonde.
Oh my God. So you watched them when I was
really square, video and all those videos, and you got me into the 255. But that bag, I love the 255, and that bag is my favorite bag ever because of what the charms represent, and it's the reds, and it hasn't got the butterfly charm.
Oh God,
So,
we don't like butterflies.
no,
We like butterflies, but we don't like them on Chanel bags.
no Chanel bags.
But what is the name of Laura's first bag? Jam wants to know. The first Chanel bag.
The Boston, wasn't it the Boston bowling bag?
Well, it in the description on the website just said bowling bag, but you add the Boston bowling bag. So if you Google search it, if you type in Chanel Boston bowling bag, it's going to pop up, and it actually had different sizes as well.
Yes,
it was available in a variety of sizes, and it had a very interesting technique how they put the chain in the leather. MK says, yeah, I remember the prices at the time in 2004 was also the infamous Cambon line era. The Cambon bags. Yeah, now that bag I did not. Did you like the Cambon bag? Every star had one. To me, they looked bad. I never wanted one.
I never bought one.
Yeah, me neither. It just didn't feel right to me. I'm not a fan of those. But I don't know. But listen, Immo1 wants to know, what is Laura's favorite perfume?
Beige by Chanel, obviously.
Beige by Chanel. Do you have a preference in the concentration, or the toilette, or the parfum, or it doesn't matter?
No, I just any. Just give it to me.
You love beige. You love beige. But listen, I know that you also got Le Lion de Chanel. What do you think about that one?
I like it. It's I find it a bit stronger, but yeah, I do like it. But I always go back to the same. I always go back to beige.
You always go back to beige. MK says, last week I watched an old interview of Yves Saint Laurent from the 1960s, in which he was responding to the shady criticism Coco made about his work. He rightfully said Chanel's clients tend to replicate the Cocos' total look instead of reinterpreting it or incorporating it into their own personal style. What do you guys think about this statement?
I think there's a lot of people who tend to go for the Chanel total look even today. I think it's very important when you're wearing something to incorporate it into your personal look, to make it work, because that way you look comfortable and it looks more honest. I think sometimes some people wear head to toe and it doesn't come across right because it's not them.
Yeah.
But I like that. You know, that picture has a total look that you're sharing of me. So it's I like it, but I like to incorporate the Chanel look into my. You know, I'm into music, and I like wearing Chanel with music T-shirts from bands that I like from the 80s and more current ones. I think your personality has to shine through anything that you wear.
Okay,
and I do agree that yes, that her customers used to wear the total look.
But let me say something to MK. So one thing about Yves Saint Laurent, Chanel, he was one of the rare designers that actually she respected. And if she had a snippy tongue, it was part of her character. But she respected Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent was also one of those prominent designers that went to her funeral and was photographed at her funeral, coming out of the church, the procession in Paris. But what he says is not totally right. I do not know. This is something MK wrote, so I do not know his exact quote. So I can't. Oh my God! I just pressed my arm on my sweater, and now I have the Chanel button pressed into my skin. It looks freaking amazing. I wish I could take a photo right now. Anyway, back. I actually branded myself right now with my own Chanel button. Right there. Oh, wait, can we zoom? No, we can't zoom in because, but I have, anyway, whatever. I'll take a photo later. So,
How about a tattoo like I did?
What?
How about a Chanel tattoo like I did?
Yeah, a Chanel tattoo. I mean, my whole existence is a Chanel tattoo. I am a living Chanel tattoo. But what I want to say is, I don't, the problem is this. I don't think that people that wear the Chanel Total look are trying to emulate Coco. And this is an issue that we have also with Vivienne Westwood today. And what is this issue? The issue is, in my humble opinion, nobody can model a Chanel piece like Coco. Coco Chanel made clothes for herself. And she says it in interviews, guys. She says, I cut the hair short for me because I wanted to feel comfortable. I made clothes out of jersey for me because I wanted to feel comfortable. You know, she kept making these tailleurs, these like two-toned. Look, this also looks like I come from a convent. She was raised in a convent and she was raised in an orphanage with nuns. Like, she kept making these uniforms for herself over and over and over again. She wore clothes for herself. Nobody can wear something so well like she wears her own clothes because she makes them for herself. Same applies for Vivienne Westwood today, who's still alive and may she live another 1,000 years. Nobody wears Vivienne Westwood like Vivienne Westwood because she makes clothes for herself first and foremost. So I think it is wrong to think that whoever wears the Chanel style is trying to be like Coco. It's just impossible to be like Coco because there's nobody who can perfectly embody that style like she did. So anybody else who loves that style like we do, all anybody else can do is pay homage to it, like an homage. If I wear something Chanel, it's because I love her story, but also because, quite frankly, her stuff is so comfortable that it's like it just makes sense. It makes it so easy for me because it doesn't bond me with a specific season, a specific year. I don't have, it never pushes you in that corner to make you feel like, oh, does this look outdated? Not that I care. I wear what I like to wear and I don't care what others think. But it's just so easy and effortless. And I think that's the most important aspect about her fashion. It's not just that we want to emulate her, copy her, be like her. It's like you don't have a chance. If you wear something from Chanel, it's automatically a Chanel piece. No matter how you try to downplay it, no matter how you try to combine it, make something of your own out of it, you can't. The only thing that you can do is have your own personality. And she had a hell of a strong character. So you need a strong character too. Otherwise, you won't be able to pull it off. And Laura has a strong character. So she can pull
I do. Yes, and I think in my case I wear it because it's me. I feel more me when I'm dressed like that. I identify with the clothes. I find them comfortable. I like mixing them, like I said, with different things for my wardrobe. And I love, like I said before, the fact that I can mix those items with things that I bought years prior, and they will always, be in my wardrobe. It's not disposable fashion.
You guys, Laura also told me a story. I don't know, for those of you who know, there was this art project called Dismaland.
Oh, yes.
Want to tell us something about? Yes. Want to tell us something? Because Laura was one of the privileged who has made it to visit Dismaland.
That was the best time in my life. We were very lucky to be able to go many times. We used to pop in for lunch sometimes. We were able to take our daughter as well. It was such a radical art installation where basically you turned up to the most negative Disney World ever.
So wait,
They
but
make
just
you
tell people shortly what Dismaland. You guys, we're not talking about
fancy.
We're not talking about Walt Disney's Disneyland. We are talking
No,
about the art project Dismaland.
Dismaland. Yes, basically something that Banksy came up with, and he put together in a disused. There used to be swimming pools. It used to be a place that you could go in the 60s, in a seaside town here in England, and you could go into this place and use the swimming pools and some, slides. And then it fell into disrepair, and he opened it up and organized this art installation. And basically, you had to queue to go in. For a long time. They treated you really badly. They were all wearing like Mickey Mouse's ears, like as if you were at Disney, but it was like a very negative experience. But it was all on purpose. And you queued up, you had to queue, you had to get to the entrance where there was like a security check made of cardboard, the X-ray machine and everything.
Everything
And
was fake. That's the cool thing. Cardboard, a cardboard X-ray machine.
Exactly. And I remember saying, "Oh, may I buy the booklet, please?" And they looked at me. They used to look with disgust, and they basically threw it at you. But it was amazing. It was a fantastic experience. Because we live quite close, we used to try and go as often as possible.
And
he likes to do it again. He does it again. He needs to do it again.
Was there an entrance fee?
It's £3.
Oh, okay,
something.
But and here's the question now. Did you dare, because they throw stuff at you and they rude to you and you never know who could spit at you or whatever. Did you dare wear Chanel to Dismaland?
No. No, I remember, I think it was, it wasn't super cold, but it was a bit cold. So I think I was wearing just normal everyday clothes. Also, there were games, I remember, instead of, and the prize was a fish finger in a bag instead of a fish. The fish finger is made of cardboard, and I still have it. I have. You could buy balloons that said "I'm an imbecile," which I still have framed. So it was an amazing experience.
So you framed a balloon from Dismaland that says "I'm an imbecile."
Yes, and it's in the reading room.
Amazing.
Where we read.
Amazing.
It was the best experience. I mean, if it was good enough for some of your American stars to come down to this little town, it was very, very good.
It's so cool. Antigone says, "I'm super curious now about the bag. Sounds amazing." I'm not sure if Antigone means the bowling bag or the 255 with the charms bag.
Or the painted one, perhaps, the one that I'm painting.
I think Antigone means the painted one. Yes, you're right, Laura. I think
I'll put it in my stories later then, a little review.
Laura is going to make a little video, you guys, and she's going to put it in her Insta stories on Instagram. So go follow her there. And my bag of the day says, Laura has an amazing collection of Chanel. How many bags would she like to own and still add? Is there a number?
I want all the bags. I don't think there's a number now.
You guys, these are true confessions of chaneloholics. We want them all. We want them all. There is
I really think carefully before I buy anything, and I have to love it. I don't just buy for buying's sake. It has to be love.
Yes. Of course. It has to be love. It has to be love. Bags, listen, I know this sounds tacky, but again, if you guys are watching us all the way through till now, you're probably as cuckoo as we are. So I'm going to tell you something. For me, there has to be the love for the bag, and the bag that I love, I buy it because it feels like it's an extension of my own body. It feels like it's a limb of my own body. Mm-hmm. I know this sounds super crazy, but when I find the right bag, it automatically feels like it's an extra limb of my body. Does that make any sense?
Yes, yes, yes. I understand.
And
It compliments you. It's what it was missing. I needed it. Please let me buy it.
yeah, exactly. It was missing. Like you see it, and when you fall in love with that specific bag, you're like, of course, this is, I just didn't know I needed this, but now I know, now that I've seen it, I understand. It's a part of me.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, MK says Laura's style is obviously Chanel inspired, but topped with a spicy Mediterranean hint plus a British flair.
I like that. Spicy Mediterranean. Yeah, that's right.
I would like to add
That's right.
zesty on top of that. Ollie Soto asks again about Laura's Insta handle. So it's TheCCSPY. The CC Spy. All spelled
That's
together.
right. That's right. That's me.
Yes, that's Laura. MK sweet. MK says, yes, it makes sense, Dacob, and you have a very personal way to carry your Chanel bags. Well, I just do what feels right to me, but that does not in any way, shape, or form mean that it's right for you. It's just me. And I also always say, just because like some bags I don't like, when I review a bag and I don't like a bag, I always say in the review, you guys, just because I don't like the bag doesn't mean I don't like you. Because a lot of people take it personally when you say like, they're like, oh, they come to you like, hey, look at this bag, isn't it amazing? And I'm like, it's not for me, but if you like it, great. And then like some
Yeah.
people get offended. I never get offended. If people come to me and say, oh my God, this necklace that you're wearing is so ugly. I'm like, okay, well, thank you for I never asked you for an opinion, but thank you for sharing
Yeah.
your opinion. I love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wearing it. And if you don't like it, you can look away. But I don't. I never get offended by this, honestly. Um, do you get offended
Well,
if somebody tells you like, "Oh, I don't know, like I don't. Oh, what shoes are you wearing?" Like, do you get offended by that?
um, no, I think it's a reflection on them having to make it. I mean, if they're being mean, I think it's a reflection on them that they feel they need to make such a comment. But if they genuinely don't like it, it's not, I don't find it a problem.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
because I'm very confident about what I wear, so I bought it because I loved it, so
yeah.
I don't care.
My bag of the day says, I understand what you mean. The best bags, clothes, feel like you already had them before you had them. Oh, that's very poetic, my bag of the day.
It's true.
And
It's absolutely, that's how I feel, yes.
and Mary Penisi says, what was the inspiration behind your Insta handle? It's really cool.
It used to be the Chanel spy, but for obvious reasons, I changed it to the CC spy. I think Instagram was Somebody told me that Instagram was deleting a lot of accounts with the Chanel in them, so I changed it to the CC spy. And somebody said to me once that I was like a Chanel spy because I seem to be able to find items that nobody else could because of my contacts and
Because of
information.
so like the spy,
Yeah.
because you always had a subterfuge. You always had like you have your tentacles everywhere, basically.
Exactly, in every boutique. So yes, that's where it came from.
That's amazing. And I mean, good for you that you have the right contacts because it
And
really
for you as well.
it makes life much easier because if you're listen, let me tell you the headaches I've had in the past, like, oh, I want some specific Chanel piece and you can't find it. Yeah, you just can't find no boutique. Let me tell you one quick story. Like, I don't know, Laura, like before you had all your contacts, maybe you also had the issue of like hunting down one specific piece. Back in 2009, spring summer 2009, Lagerfeld designed these. My holy grail Chanel sunglasses are the sideburn Chanel sunglasses. They're like
Oh yeah.
visors and they have a sideburn to the side. So I went crazy, months and months of calling boutiques all over the world. I was calling and calling. Nobody had these glasses. Nobody, no boutique would have them. Or they sold them to their special customers or what have you, but I just could not find them. And it took me, oh gosh, 4 months to finally hunt them
Oh.
down. And
Mhm.
phone months and a huge telephone bill because I was called because back, there was no back in the day, Chanel didn't have this online thing where you could like request something online and then they get back to you. No, there was that they didn't have that on their website. You had to literally call every individual boutique, and I had my list. And I was calling, and some of them were like, "Oh, we'll get back to you," but then they don't. Then you had to call them back, and you had to be on it, calling like every day. Like, did you get a new shipment? Did you get something? I mean, it was insane. Thank God those days are over. At least now I can now I know how it works a bit more. Like, if I really, really fall in love with a piece, you got to right after you see it on the fashion show. Like the fashion show drops today. You got to scroll through it as quickly as possible, call your sales associate and say, please pre-order this for me.
Yes, that's what I do. I see it. I was going to quote Ariana Grande, but I'm not. I see it. I want it. I text the SA.
Oh my God. Ariana Grande in the house, you guys. I mean, yeah. Oh, here's a good question. Do you have any regrets? Like any Chanel bag or accessory or clothing that you bought that after buying it, you were like, oh.
We were talking about this the other day when I bought, I wanted the famous grand shopping tote, but by the time I came to buy it, they didn't make it anymore. So instead, I bought the Paris Rome tote.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful. The leather was amazing, goat skin. The logo was really nice. It had the address on it, but the straps were so short that I couldn't put it on my shoulder. Yeah. So when I was carrying it, it came coming off. So that's one bag that I had to rehome because it wasn't fit for purpose for me. I did have it for a very long time. It was still in mint condition, but I had to rehome because it didn't work for me. So that was a regret. My regret was not buying the grand shopping tote in time and buying something else. Yeah, I shouldn't have.
Yeah, the grand shopping tote is one of the loves of my life. Mr. Philip Fabulous wants to know, what does Laura think of the Chanel 19 bag?
I still haven't got one, so...
That says it all.
Yes. I don't hate it. I'm not saying that I'm never going to have one, but there's so many other beautiful bags that I want before the 19. So every time I'm going to go and look at it, and I buy something else. So obviously it's not for me. But it's a nice bag. Could be better, but yeah.
It could be much better. I just the other day was in the Chanel boutique and I saw it again. And I didn't ask for the 19 bag, but I asked my sales associate in particular about that gorgeous tweed, the tie-dye / ombre tweed in the purple hues that they made for the 31 Rue Cambon Métier d'Art collection.
Yes.
You know, they had also a skirt made. It is like from the most gorgeous hues of the deepest purple faded into pastel purple and black. Oh my God. And I was like, hey, do you still have something made out of, like, do you have a wallet on chain, something, or shoes? Do you have the sling back? And that she's like, no, we don't have they never made the shoes out of that. And then she brought out two bags. One was the 19 bag with that tweed. And the other one was a shopping tote, also with that tweed. Now, and I looked at a 19 bag as much as I love that tweed, and I'm just like, oh my God, but this bag is just so ugly. I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm like, this is just like, it's how it's cut and made, and oh my God, and the holes on the side, it's just no. Oof.
They should have done a 255 with that ombre.
To die for. Could you imagine a 255 with the purple
bag?
Oh
yes.
No, but that would be insanely beautiful.
Yes, but yeah, no, I still haven't bought it, so there you go.
Yeah, the 19 bag. But what is your next? Well, I don't know. Usually, people who love to collect Chanel usually don't like to say what their next purchase is because you don't want somebody
Oh,
else
I
to
don't mind.
snatch it under your nose.
No. I'm not like that. I don't mind. My next bag would be, I don't know if you, but in the last show there was like a metallic ombre bag in lilac-y.
Where?
It
Which
looks
show? We're talking about Fall Winter 21?
the last one.
Yeah.
The last one.
Yeah,
So
Fall Winter 21.
yes. I saw it very quickly. It wasn't a very good picture, but I already sent it on to my essay saying I'm very interested in this bag.
Was it a mini?
It looks like at least a small, yes.
I don't remember that one.
Yes, I'll send you a picture later. It's
also
very interesting.
It's purple, yeah?
It's purpley. Yeah, I don't want to say it's purple, but it's in those hues.
Yeah. I fell in love with it. Wasn't on the runway, but I saw it posted like behind the scenes from Fall Winter 21, the Muppet bag. It's like, the classics, but with the faux fur, like super fluffy beyond fluffy. Like literally you killed a Muppet, you skinned a Muppet, and you made a bag out of a Muppet. And it looks really, like kitsch, tacky, but I'm kind of living for it.
It's something I had to see. I will have to see it in real life before I commit. But,
yeah. It could be a novelty, It could be just
yeah.
Oh man. Well, Laura, thank you so much. I mean, this was wonderful. This was a little bit of like a conversation between two Chanel lovers and also with all of you guys in the chats. Oh, wait, Jam wants to know, does Laura like Chanel number 5?
Yes, I do like Chanel number 5. I do like it. Yes, it makes me feel home. I don't know why. I put it on and I feel, this is home.
And you know what? And this is exactly what Chanel number 5 meant to Coco. She wore it all the time and it made her feel at home. And Justine Picardie, one of the most amazing biographers of Coco Chanel, during her research for her biography on Coco Chanel, I get goosebumps just talking about this, but she got invited to visit Gabrielle Labruni, who was, unfortunately, she passed away, but she was the last living relative of Chanel. I mean, she was her niece.
Oh, yes, of course.
And Gabrielle Labruni invited Justine Picardie to come to her home. And they were talking about her auntie. She always called her Auntie Coco. And Auntie Coco left her entire private wardrobe. And
that must be amazing.
And so Gabrielle told Justine, come upstairs, I want to show you something. And they stood in front of a wardrobe, a very simple wardrobe. I mean, she has clothes all over the place, but she opened it and said, these were my Auntie Coco's favorite pieces that she wore. And I get goosebumps just talking about this. But anyway, Justine just like stood there in awe. Like when everything goes silent around you and you feel like you're in a church all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
And Gabrielle Gabrielle Labruni said, Justine, take one piece, try it on. And Justine said, oh God, no, I can't touch them. It's like a holy. She's like, no, if you really want to write a biography about Coco Chanel, you will never understand this woman if you don't wear her clothes and understand how it felt, because she made the clothes for herself in a very particular way. So Justine said, okay. So she took out one tweed coat first and a shorter jacket as well. But so this coat, she said, it's so fascinating. Even though it was from the 60s, it didn't feel like a hard tweed. It was very soft like a little cloud. And because she's built similar to Coco, very skinny, but back then she was. And so she put it on and she says like, you feel immediately like the way it's cut and the way that she tailored stuff, especially the sleeves. She worked so long on the sleeves. Even though she was a short woman, she tailored those sleeves impeccably to make your arms look longer with optical illusions and slight little, the ways that she would tailor things together would just elongate the silhouette in the right places, strategically, meticulously. And she put it on and she immediately felt like, oh my God.
That's amazing. You're such a good storyteller.
But guess what? Here comes the twist. She then went for the pockets because Coco was very, very particular about pockets. She said, you always have to, the pockets on a jacket have to be real pockets, not just sewn details. The buttons and all the buttonholes have to be real holes so that the buttons really go through them. So you have to, the pockets, I made them for you to use them. So Justine went directly for the pockets. She put the hand in the pocket. And in the pocket was a little handkerchief.
Oh.
So she pulled it out. And it was Coco's handkerchief. And she said, in this interview, she said, as I pulled the handkerchief out, a faint smell of Chanel No. 5 was still on that handkerchief.
How beautiful.
Oof, goosebumps. Coco was there in that moment. And Justine also got the privilege. She met Karl Lagerfeld. Lagerfeld allowed her to spend a whole night in Coco's 31 Rue Cambon apartment. And she said, this is incredible. You could still smell Chanel No. 5. And Gabrielle Bruni said that her auntie Coco would use Chanel No. 5 everywhere. She would spray her clothes, her scarves. She would spray her handkerchiefs. She would spray her hat. She would spray Chanel No. 5 on the wood into the fireplace before turning on the fireplace. She would spray the furniture. It was home to her. She would take the handkerchief out of her pocket and smell it just to feel safe and at home. So in fact, when Laura said, it smells like home, it's true. Chanel envisioned this fragrance together with Ernest Beau to create a feeling of home.
The way you tell it is beautiful. I think there must have been such an almost religious reverence being there, looking at her original clothes and finding that handkerchief. I think we all seek refuge in the past, and that's what I said to my daughter. The day that I'm not here anymore, have my clothes, wear them, and find me again in the things that used to make me me. And that's what I love about Chanel.
Yeah. And this is this kind of loop that we're always on, meaning the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end. Like there is no, oh, this is outdated. Oh, this is, no, there's no such thing. There's just a continuity.
I hope that a lot of these trends that are being instigated now on social media by a lot of influencers stop, and people buy again to keep, not to follow trends. The things, can transcend time. And we become more responsible when we're shopping. This is also what I like about Chanel. Like I said, I have things from 2004, things from 2013, things I just bought, and I wear them all together, and I will leave them to my daughter when I'm not here. Everything that is a trend will not transcend.
And Mr. Philip Fabulous would like to know, well, if you love everything you have and it's all a trend, and it's not, nothing is a trend, it's all going to, it's style, and style is forever. If your house was on fire, what Chanel items would you grab?
I hope that never, touch wood, that never happens.
Touch wood, knock on wood, touch wood, that never happens. But if you got to save one piece, what do you save?
I don't know, my Lucky Charms, but I think I would grab my daughter, the 3 Chihuahuas, the Lucky Charm.
I love how she's like, I think I would grab my daughter.
I think the daughter comes first, then the Chihuahuas.
And then the Chihuahua.
And the Lucky Charms. But we used to joke about this with my husband and say, "Oh my God, if anything happens, how do we grab everything? I mean, each of you grabbed something from Chanel, and then you can leave the house."
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be very difficult. Yes.
I think if I had to pick just one piece, it would be the 255. It would be the classic size. Not the. I have two. I have the 225 and the 226, and I have the minis and all that stuff. But it would be the one closest to Coco's size, which would be the 225. The 255 size 225 classic shape, black with gold hardware. If just one bag, that would be the one.
Yes.
Just for symbolic reasons. It's not the bag I use the most, mind you. It's not the most practical of Chanel bags. But come on, it's Coco's bag.
Yes.
You know, like,
some things now will be so difficult to replace as well. I think some of the items would be very difficult to be replaced.
You know, also what I noticed, the more time passes, the bags that I have from Chanel now that are, 6, 7, 8 years old, whatever, they get better with time. They just, I don't know, it's like they collect my memories. They collect my experience. I bond with them in a way like, I love them more and more with every passing year. I never get tired of them. It's quite the contrary. I grow more fond of them. The more time.
Yeah, me too.
You too? Yeah.
Yes. I agree 100%. They have memories. They have the memories of wearing them, and they're impregnated with us. How can I get tired of days that I lived with those items? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you have to be very fickle as a person to get bored of something that has become part of our identity.
Exactly.
That was quite deep.
What a wonderful way to end this, I think. Also beautiful. Thank you so much, Laura, for joining and for letting me, call you and have this conversation.
No, thank you.
And I hope to hear you soon. Send me all the photos and we're going to talk again. And have a wonderful day, morning, evening with the Chihuahuas, the daughter, and the hubby, and the Chanel and the bags. All right, sweetie.
Excellent.
Talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this wonderful experience together, this journey of two chaneloholics talking and exchanging their love and passion with you together. If you like my video and my content, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button and become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon and become a patron and gain access to extra perks. One of them being your name listed here on the sidebar as the executive producers or co-producers of the Fashion Bunker show. Thank you guys so much. All of you who have already pledged. You are wonderful. Without you, all of this would not be possible. And the ever-expanding family of the Fashion Bunker would not be growing as it is. Also, thank you to all my co-chatters that have co-reviewed, co-spoken with us, exchanged their opinions with us. Thank you guys so much. Thumb up this video if you liked it. Let the algorithm on YouTube know that what we're doing here is legit. So thumb up this video. And find a passion. If your passion is not Chanel, that's fine too. You can find something as long as you have something to stick to and stick with and fall in love with. Something that for you makes you feel like home. I think that's very important. And I know we associate always home also with parents. For those of us who were lucky enough to have loving parents or to have parents, a lot of people don't have parents or don't have loving parents. So you always have to find also a way to find home for yourself, also on your own. Sometimes a wonderful book can, for me, even more so than a book, because I'm so connected to perfumes. For me, it's also the smell of the pages of a book. Every book has a different smell, and every one of these smells takes me home in a different way. Chanel No. 5 also feels like home to me. Or the smell of certain leathers of certain bags, or just the feeling of being at home while I retreat within the remote parts of my memory, within my own soul and heart, and when I kind of think back at certain emotions and feelings, that makes me feel at home. And everybody should have that safe space inside of them to be able to really survive in this very difficult world we live in. And the Fashion Bunker is hopefully also a little bit a home for you guys, because it's a community that I'm trying to grow and make it a safe and wonderful and emotional exchange, like the exchange of emotions between all of us is as fluid as possible. So I hope I managed a little bit to convey to you a little bit the feeling of home as well. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.